Hello and welcome. Thank you for stopping by for episode 2. We're going to get right into it and start squaring this top off. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, so it's got to be super flat. There's no flexibility or anything in it. The top is the same thickness. I've got Granddad's Stanley number 5. Great Granddad's, my bad. I think it was made in 1928. It's lovely. See that nice flame there? It's going to look really nice in a little bit. Like I said, this thing's going to be spot on flat. There's no rushing this. I'll show you a trick. If it starts to stick, even though your blade's nice and sharp, take a little tea candle wax there and watch how silky smooth it goes. Makes things a lot easier. Go ahead and use the edge of your sole to check your flatness. You see light in between, you know you got some high spots. And there we go, got it almost done. You can see a little bit of glue still sitting there, a little low spot right next to that flame maple. This is what the back of the guitar is going to look like. We'll get to the front in a little bit. We're going to have to slice it up, put some Camatio in there.
Hi. Hi. Yummy. Hi.
That was a nice horse break. And here we go. Made a shooting board for the 2 book match top pieces. They have to be perfectly square together and flat and straight and just perfect in order to get them glued up nice and straight and not see that center seam. So I slapped together this shooting board. It's got a piece of plywood on it. It's got a frictionless skin. It's really smooth. As long as it's 90 degrees with the top, it'll make a perfect seam there. This edge. And this is 3/4 inch figured maple, so you're going to have to clamp it down really good. I tried holding it, but I'm not that strong. I mean, I'm pretty tough, but and just run it back and forth a few times till you feel comfortable, and then check it. Bring it against its other side. Use a straight edge. Straight edge is always the best. If it looks good, that should be good enough. But no, measure twice. Take the 2 up to a light, and if you see some light in between, you still got to work. But this one's good. We're going to go ahead and hit the other piece. Get it nice and squared up against there. A little bit hanging off the side where the plane would be, and clamp it down. There we go. Got them nice, planed up already. Already threw them through the thickness planer. They're perfect. All we have to do now is find a place for the runners to go, or the racing stripes as I like to call it, this Camatio. And there's no trick to it. It's just wherever your eye feels like it should go. I'm not using any mathematical equations or secret ratios, Fibonacci, none of that. It's just where I feel like it should go. I'm happy with something like this. I went ahead and measured off the center line, because it took me 15 minutes to measure off the center line, as you can see. I'm getting a little bit better with this editing. I'm not that good. Okay, here we go. A really expensive puzzle. I don't like puzzles, as you can tell. Simple 4 pieces. It has a triangle drawn in it. There it is. And with the magic of editing, boom. This is what it's going to look like. Every little step that gets done makes that thing look so much better. Now, this is where the mistake comes in. I'd like to talk to you about mistakes. I first decided that I was going to glue the top up separately. Each little piece glued together, and then put some clamping coils down and try to keep it as straight as possible. But that didn't work. That center line was off by just about a millimeter, half a millimeter, quarter of a millimeter. It's like 1/32 of an inch. And I didn't feel like trying to plane that thing by hand, because it's too wide to fit through my thickness planer. So I'd have to do it all by hand. I just wasn't up for it. So I went ahead and cut it down the center line again and glued it all to the body. It's a simple mistake. I've made tons of mistakes on building things. Usually they turn out pretty good if you're able to fix it. And I've always been able to fix it. And I feel that if you're not making mistakes, then you're not pushing yourself. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself. Try to find something that you've never done before. And do it as good as you can. And your outcome of your trials and errors will be worth so much more to you when you're done with it. I needed some more clamps on that. That wasn't enough. That looks good. Huh, it's not good, Jamie. Film magic. I glued it all together. Now let's unclamp this. Ding! Okay, I made a template. Maybe I'll throw that in the video later where the template goes, but need a route up for this neck pocket. We'll do that in another video. Here it is, all glued up. It weighs about 16 metric tons. So I think I have to carve a little bit off the edges. But it looks really good. That's where the bridge is going to be. The back is going to slope down for the tailpiece and or Bigsby. These are going to slant off that way. Nice and straight for that control plate. And the neck pocket right there, which is spoilers. It looks really good. But you'll see that in the next video. Oh, there's the neck. I already got a scarf joint. Like I said, that'll be all in the next video. You get to see how I did that. All the excitement of cutting this piece of wood in half at a certain angle and gluing it together. Oh, and you're going to see the fretboard go together. Until then, bye.